If the music needs to go up or I need to speak louder, you can give me signals. Hello everybody. So welcome back to the last session of the day. This is a chance to digest a little bit, to process everything that we've done. Especially if you've been here since the morning. So my name is Tom. I'm a white male standing dancer with a bushy beard. I'd like to invite you into some gentle moving to slow down, to start to cool down. So in your space, wherever you are, find a working position that works for you, that you feel steady and comfortable, and perhaps with a little bit of a wider base. And we will find stillness towards the end, but I want to keep moving. So I want to invite you into a sway. Any kind of sway that you like, that makes sense for you. So for me, at the moment, I'm moving side to side, but you might also perhaps go a bit forwards and backwards or diagonals. And remember to breathe. So let this movement also be accompanied by the breath. So I'm just swaying from side to side, starting up a kind of a gentle rhythm, a gentle pace. And I'm going to start tuning in to my body, to the physical feeling of the body, what's happening. And in this way, I'm going to focus on the places where I feel I need to focus. Maybe there are parts of my body that feel tired or a bit sore or achy. You might have moved a lot and perhaps in quite different ways today. So I want you to focus on those places, and if you're not sure where those places are, just do a little bit of a tour around the body, maybe from the top down or from the bottom to the top. And you're just looking for any places that need a bit more attention, as if there's a little bit of a crease there or a wrinkle. And this swaying movement is going to start to tease out those creases, tease out those little wrinkles. By the end, we'll look so young. So focusing in, where do I need to give a bit more space. Where feels a little bit more compressed. And your version might be quite different to mine. My version, of course, looks like this. You can see your version might be very different. It might be smaller, it might be bigger. It might be in a very different part of your body, and that's fine. It might be a small sway. It might be really large. But I encourage you, whatever movement you're doing, is to be in motion and to attend to the parts of your body in motion. So we're just teasing out any of the places that need a bit more attention, that are a bit compressed, making a little bit more space. And you might find that you need to concentrate a long time in one area. Finding that sway, gently opening up. Equally, you might find that quite quickly something opens or something releases, or you feel a bit less compressed in this area, and then you can move to, there's another place. If it helps, you can close your eyes or really soften your focus. Turn away from the screen to really focus on the places that need a bit more attention. They could be places that are kind of flashing up right now, today, after a day of perhaps joining lots of different sessions. Or it might be a place that is, you might have a sore hip or something that you're really working with and you've been working with for a long time. So it's up to you whether you go to a place that you feel needs a bit more attention over a period of time, or you might be changing regularly. Up to you. In motion, attending to teasing out the wrinkles in the body, in the tissues of the body, in the muscles, in the connections of the body. Really gentle. This is really gentle. See if you can really tune into the detail of your experience so that something is happening, even if it's quite subtle. There's a little bit of space that you can offer to yourself in motion. It might be slower, you might almost be imperceptible. It might be something very, very subtle, or perhaps it's bigger. And then we're going to add to this. Perhaps you take your limbs a little bit wider, perhaps you find a wider base. And it's almost as if we start to stretch a little bit like we do when we wake up in the morning. So you're finding that space through this repetitive swaying movement, but then you have a chance to maybe dwell a little bit longer in one place. If a yawn comes, that's fine, that's good. And if you enjoy yawning, there'll be a very special class coming up for you. Check out Amy's classes as they come. You'll be interested in particularly one of hers. So with a little bit of a kind of a yawning stretch to kind of increase some of the space that you're finding in your body, change your base, change your positioning, finding twists perhaps, but keep tuning in. Not just any old stretch or movement. Make it work for you. Tuning in, okay, here I need a bit more space and I can gently offer that. There we go. Your movements may take a really long time, You may need to go really slowly into something. Or you may need less time. But take the time it's here for you to have. The time is here for you to take. So I don't know if you can hear the music, but if that's helpful in your kind of calming the nervous system down, then you can let that somehow come in also to the body. That continuous sound. So we're just going to spend a few more moments in this, well, there's different things happening. There's the breathing, the attending to places in the body, different places in the body. Maybe a gentle stretch and teasing out the wrinkles or the creases in the tissues and the muscles of the body. Something else that will help, as well as the breath, is perhaps a sigh, a big sigh or an exhale out through the mouth. So let's try that together. So in your next stretch, take a breath in, and then as you breathe out, stay in movement. Let's go again. Filling the lungs, inviting air in, and then mouth open, let the air come out. One more time. Breathing in, and when you're ready, a big sigh. Perhaps with a bit of voice or sound. And we'll keep going for another 2 minutes or so. Really go into the detail of where those places that need attention are. And again, if you're not sure, do a little tour. Here's somewhere. There we go. And you might be surprised. Try to listen to those places so you don't just say, okay, I'm a bit tight here, so if I do this stretch, blah, 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 and thinking, just sense it out. A bit there, no, actually a bit here, yes, that feels good. So you're kind of investigating as you move, where do you need a bit more attention? It might be surprising what you find. If moving to the ground is available to you and you feel like you want to, please go ahead. Sometimes that can help to find a few more options, to have a bit more contact with the surface. You might also be working seated, and you can use the contact through perhaps the back of your body to give more information about what kind of opening, what kind of space you might need. So in the next few moments, we're going to move on to something a little bit different, has a different energy to it. So in your comfortable working position, whether you're seated, if you're standing, or you might even be working on the floor, I want to invite a little shake. Now, we've done quite a lot of shaking today. We had this brilliant shaking warm-up with Nadan earlier. But this is slightly different, it has a different focus. It might look the same, but it has a different focus. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to visit my body, all the different parts of my body with the shaking. So you can see I'm kind of working my calf, my ankle, my thigh, and I'm going to start to move up my body. You can find different ways to start. You might be shaking lots of different parts of your body, or you might be concentrating on one part. So here I'm thinking about my pelvis and my belly. And what I'm trying to do is just to release any extra energy, or that's not true. I'm trying to release any residue of tiredness. I'm trying to get perhaps lactic acid or any build-up of fluids in my body. I'm trying to kind of shake them out of the muscles. So I don't know if you've ever seen a nature program where perhaps a gazelle has been chased across the savannah and gets away, and then they will stand and they will shake. And that's lots of all that energy that they used, all those hormones in pumping through their bodies. They're trying to shake to almost reset, to start again, to start fresh. And in a way, that's a bit like what we're doing. Of course, we haven't been chased, but we've been really active all day. We've been really concentrating. We've been trying lots of new things, so there's lots happening in our bodies. So this is a chance to shake it all loose in a really gentle way. It might be very, very small, but try to get the muscles so they quiver a little bit. Remember the whole of the body, or even the cheeks, the jaw. Sometimes we hold a lot of tension in the jaw. Can you shake that loose? Not so much that you shake your brain, but just a little bit. Really soft. Changing positions as you need. Again, you might use the floor or other surfaces to bring this shake in. And we don't have so much time, but you might do this, after a class or a workshop. You've been really active for the day. This is sometimes a nice way to, as an alternative to stretching, is finding a shake that lasts maybe 5 minutes, moves around the body. So you don't need too much energy to do this. There might be places where you're trying to shake, but you can't work out quite how. So you have to try a few different things. So as I was saying, you don't need so much energy for this. So it shouldn't be spending energy. It should be really, really soft. Tuning in all the time. Also, for some people, it might be helpful to use the hands perhaps to move those muscles. You might find it difficult to reach the whole body. You can also use surfaces. This is not so convenient for me, but I might be trying to do my chest, and I could have a little wobble here. Using perhaps the wall. I don't have a wall so close, but you could lean up against the wall, lean back on the wall to shake. We'll just go for another moment or so. We're just coming to the end. And when you're ready, I want to slowly gather yourself to a comfortable resting position. So that might be seated or kneeling. You might lean up against the back of your seat if you're seated. And just taking a bit of time to settle into stillness. And that might mean that you need to move a bit more before you find it. And then we're going to have 1 minute of stillness. You might like to close your eyes or soften your eyes. And that 1 minute is going to be really quiet. Perhaps you notice the breath coming and going. And landing in stillness. Just noticing what's happening in the body. Let the breath just happen. Feel gravity at work. Gravity is just happening. As we come to the end, you might like to go back to some of that swaying or to some of that shaking, or perhaps the small stretches, or you might like to perhaps stretch for a while. So we're coming to the end of the day, so I think what's left to say is that a big thank you to you for appearing, for taking part, and also for the Stopgap home practice team. There have been people busy behind the scenes, so thank you to Anna, the company administrator. Thank you to Nadan, who's been really busy all day, kind of patching people in on different platforms and making sure that it all kind of works. Thank you to Lucy and Hannah in the beginning of the day, to Amy, to Laura, to Christian, I'm sure, to Sherry and Floyd for a brilliant interview. Really, really nice to hear you. And of course Nadan had a couple of sessions too, in amongst dialing people in. So we will start home practice groundwork tomorrow. So come back to the Stopgap Dance Co YouTube page, and you can tune in, and you'll find a groundwork session, or perhaps you'll find lots of them, and you can pick and choose. You might spread them out for the whole week, or you might binge and do them all in one day. So yeah, you just take your time. Remember, you can pause, come to them when you have the energy to do more. And then next week we'll have some seed classes for you, mini workshops for you to continue your home practice journey. So I kind of echo what Lucy said in the morning welcome, and I hope you enjoy this journey. We hope to see you very soon. Please, you can feel free to like the videos, to subscribe to the channel, so that then you get notifications when new content comes up. What else? And write your comments in the comment section below. Questions, comments, suggestions. This is a big learning process for us, so we're really keen to have people feedback to us. I am going to stop there, and I'm going to go and find Nadan at the office to finish the day. So take care, and we will see you very soon on home practice.